Hello, it's time for another episode of It's Not About You. My name is Bob Benson. I pastor Christ Lutheran Church in Bemis Point. We've been talking about selflessness and how selflessness should shape our world today as Christians. It should shape the church and it should shape people. I'm going to go to a very familiar section of Scripture in 1 Corinthians 13. We know about it. We talk about it as the love chapter, right? But what kind of love is it describing? If we look closely at verses 4 through 7, Paul is describing selflessness. Selflessness is loving other people. It's being patient and kind, not being envious of what other people have. It's not rude to other people. It's not being impatient. It's not being envious. Those are all sounds of selfishness. Signs of selfishness in us because they put you first. It's the same thing with being irritable and resentful. Those traits mean you care more about your own comfort and pleasure than you do about the comfort and pleasure of the person that you love. Paul is describing perfect, selfless love in this passage. And that's one that we should apply to people around us. Being selfless lovers of people. Ask your kids questions as you read this passage about when do they feel most loved? When do children feel most loved? It's when their parents spend time with them. And that's what we need to do. We need to spend time with people. And not always people that we want to hang out with. Sometimes we're called to just spend time with people that are hurting. I love the story of Job. But I'd love for it to end at the end of chapter 2 when Job's friends come and they can see how great his suffering is. And they sit down with him in the dirt. And nobody says anything for a week. That's the kind of friend that we need. But then there's 38 chapters of where they open their mouths and they try and explain what God's doing in their life. And it turns into a disaster. And Job has to intercede for these guys. They're wrong. Can we just sit in the dirt, see somebody suffering, and just cry with them? I think that's what we're called to do. It's not about us. It's about how do we minister to people around us. And sometimes it's just sitting in the dirt, not saying a word. Are we ready to do that? That's my challenge for you. Are you ready to be that kind of friend to somebody? Not open your mouth, not try and explain what God's doing, but just be there for people. It's a ministry of presence. And that's not about you. Thank you for taking the time to watch today.